Good evening, good evening. You're listening to ReCooper8 with me, Lucy Cooper, on 92.7 FM, Arrow FM. And I am all on my own today, which might explain why I forgot to turn the mics on immediately when after I pressed the on-air button. But I've done it now, so I'm quite thrilled. So it feels very lonely in here, but Katie sends her love to our handful of dedicated and highly enthusiastic listeners. So it's great to have your company this evening. Unexpectedly tremendous lineup. I'm so thrilled because at one stage I had reverted to my usual uncoordinated and unprepared self. But actually, I think organising the show on the day means that we can get super topical content. And so that's what we've got tonight. We've got Mary Biggs from Featherstone Booktown, because Booktown is coming up again. Doesn't it come round quick? And that's going to be during mid-May, the whole of Featherstone, and it's 7 or 8 incredible second-hand bookstores. They celebrate the wonderful world of books and writers and authors and readers throughout mid-May, which is going to be great. And the programme launch is actually on March the 28th. But we've got Mary joining us on the phone tonight to give us a little bit of heads up and to tell us a bit of the history of Featherstone Booktown and what it's kind of really brought to Featherstone and the region more widely. Then we're going to be tapping in with Wendell Cook in Greytown, and his orchard is currently doing Pick Your Own, which is wonderful. God, some of my happiest childhood memories are of doing Pick Your Own. My nan lived in... Where did she live? Turner's Hill, which was near Crawley and East Grinstead, and lots of farmland and lots of incredible pick-your-own farms. We'd pick everything. Peas, I remember doing peas a lot, strawberries, there must be other things that we did. Potatoes, I remember picking our own potatoes. Berries, oh my God, it was such fun. And you'd eat more than you could actually, reasonably consume. But I guess that would be a bit tricky with apples. I don't think you can quite get away with the pick your own raw and the apple orchard as you can with the smaller fruit, with the more transportable fruit. Anyway, so Wendell's going to be joining us about 8:30. And then a guest I'm very excited about. Obviously, I'm excited about them all. But this is my kickboxing teacher, Lady Smack. I know, isn't it great? And she is martial arts royalty, totally legit, totally earned the right to have a cool, kick-ass name like Lady Smack. And I'll be joining her on the telephone because there is a major event coming up, a major fundraiser. And it's called Mana FC6 South Wairarapa. It's on the 1st of April at Kuranui College. It's an incredible showcase of martial arts expertise in our region, and is going to be all sorts. There's going to be amateurs, professionals, bouts, and it sounds great. Really excited to talk to Lady Smack about that. I think she's en route for coming from Auckland, so that could be interesting. Hopefully she's not in a chasm at any point, or a black spot when it comes to mobile coverage, but we'll find out. I'm sure we can box on, as we say. Oh, it feels so weird without Katie here. It's quite unusual. So I'm sure Katie and her lovely husband, Mark, will give me some feedback on how this show is going. I thought what I'd do, just to calm the nerves, because weirdly I am slightly nervous, which just seems ridiculous, I was going to play a track if I can. Katie, as you know, friends of the show and keen listeners will know that Katie, her ability to curate music is second to none. You show me somebody else. I mean, there is nobody. I was just going to think of someone who came into my head and then they promptly left. So there you are. It just says it all, doesn't it? Katie is the best at it. With always, there is a theme with her music. And I'm wondering if this is because... I wonder if the theme here is that I'm on my own. I don't know. But here's... I'm going to start with one called... I'm going to start with a real quick one, actually. Renaissance. The main title theme from... Oh, The White Lotus. Oh, my God, clever girl. I'm going to put this on. It's only 1:38. It will be just enough for me to know that I've got all the equipment working tonight. And so, and who didn't like The White Lotus? Oh my God. Oh my God. Like both the first and the second series were just tremendous. But the music was possibly one of the finest parts of the whole series. So here we go. Going to give this a go. Keep everything crossed. I'm going to turn up all the volumes as instructed. Here we go. It's working. Oh my word. Oh my word. That was just so much fun. And there she goes into the other and the next track. Oh my God, what, that was just like the best start to a show ever. And now I feel like a flipping rock star. So thank you, Katie. You must have known that was going to give me a bit of a boost. I even attempted to reapply my lipstick. But I'm not as good as my mum. My mum can do it in a moving vehicle over cobblestones. I really do need, four-way mirrors and, a steady hand. I didn't have either of those. Anyway, that was great. So that was the main theme title, theme tune from White Lotus Series 2. And that piece of music was crafted by Cristobal Tapia de Villa. Oh, my God. I wonder if he made that name up or if he was just born with it. Lucky man. Okay. Well, we've got our first guest coming on the show shortly. All my guests are joining me by the telephone. By the telephone, that sounds very old-fashioned, doesn't it? And my first guest is Mary Biggs. Her and her husband, fondly known as Biggsy, have been behind the Featherstone Booktown since its inception. I think they were probably the brains behind the idea. And so let's give her a call, shall we? I think I'm a couple of minutes early, but I don't think anybody minds being early, do they? Should we just see if this works? Can you tell that I'm a bit nervous? Here we go. Right. If it rings, we're all good. If it doesn't, it's ringing. I'm so excited. Let's see how this goes.
Hello, Lucy. How are you?
Hello, Mary. So good of you to join me. I'm a couple of minutes early. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, I was just having my dinner. Putting a spoonful in my mouth and I quickly spat it out.
Oh, no. I do apologise. How have you been? How is life? Because at the minute you must be kind of full bore into it all, getting ready for Booktown. So how are you feeling? How's your energy levels?
The energy levels are good. Sleep's a bit slight, but it's just that pointy end, and you've just done it a number of times now. You've just got to go for it and just hang in there and just be really disciplined about how you spend your time and things. So the garden's in disarray.
And I remember the last time I came to visit you, you've got the most delicious lemon kind of farm. I mean, there's so many lemons. So imagine they're just all kind of falling off the tree and in dismay that you've left them.
Yes. The garden is in dismay that I've left it. But it'll just have to wait until June. So after the festival, and then you get a different sort of energy level, don't you?
Yes, you do. You do. And there's that weird kind of come down, isn't there? And then you start to try and find things to kind of fill the time that has suddenly been given to you, gifted to you by completing this amazing mission. But so everybody's very much looking forward to Featherston Booktown because it's been going for some time now. So how many years are we into Featherston Booktown being a thing?
Yeah, so Featherston Booktown actually started in 2015. We had our first festival, I think it was October actually, I can't quite remember, but we got about 2,000 visitors. We had about 15 events, and we had 10 wonderful supportive booksellers for that festival. And this year we're having our 8th festival. So we've been going 9 years, but we obviously missed a festival in 2020 for that, that remains nameless. So, yeah.
But you only missed one, so you weren't hit by the 2021 kind of phase of
no.
She Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah. We had a brilliant festival in 2021. It smashed all our records, and it was just extraordinary. People were just hungry for the culture and the provocation and the ideas that Featherston Booktown, creates with its different events. So, and we thought we got about 8,000 people last year.
Okay.
In 2022, and this year we're hoping to crack that record. And when you consider that we've got a young readers program now, the second year, and we will reach 1,500 students from throughout the Wairarapa, from preschoolers to secondary school students, just by taking 20 or so presenters into the schools where the kids are. How busy our young people are on the weekend with work or catching up sleep or whatever. So we learned a couple of years ago the best way to engage with the young people was to actually take the writers to the schools.
How wonderful.
And run events there. So that happens on the Wednesday, the 10th of May, and it goes through until Friday, so 3 days of events throughout the Wairarapa. And then, of course, we kick off with the famous fish and chip supper on Friday.
Yeah, it's become quite the institution, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know of any other festival that has a fish and chip supper.
No, well, I hope they don't steal the idea because it's deliciously all ours.
yeah, that's right. So, and of course, we've got some incredible writers coming this year. And I still pinch myself, Lucy, at how quickly the writers respond when we reach out to them to say, could you be available for the Featherston Booktown Festival weekend? And invariably they come back very, very quickly and say, yes, count me in, love to, would really want to. So that sensation is picking up each year. It's as if the writers have spoken amongst themselves and said, this is a festival you need to be seen at and you need to do because it's great fun and you get really well looked after by such a warm community. So.
Absolutely. And I was just going to ask, I mean, I know this wasn't on the list of questions. Oh, I don't know where that music's come on. Hang on 1 second. Oh, that's weird. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that music, Mary?
No, I didn't.
That was very strange. Do forgive me that music just burst out of somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. So that's very odd. That was the one thing that I was curious about is, I know that there's something magical about Featherston, but, clearly the writers are really drawing on that energy that the community can provide in those few days that they're there. Would that be a fair kind of summary of what it is for authors to come?
I think so. I think the fact that the whole town becomes the venue.
Yes.
So it's not just one main town hall that that is the focus of the festival. We've got events in 2 local schools and churches and the Anzac Hall, of course, and bookshops and Waimarie, the RSA, and the Royal Hotel. So, we're spreading. The events happen throughout the town, and so many people volunteer. Like last year, we had 134 volunteers help us run the festival. And believe me, we can't do it without our wonderful volunteers. But so many of them come from Featherston or Greytown or Martinborough, from the South Wairarapa and actually beyond. I mean, our furthest volunteer came from Waihi.
Oh, wow.
Last year.
That's keen.
Yeah, that was keen.
Oh.
So we would love people to put their hands up, and we're calling up for volunteers through our newsletter and online and things. So
great.
If some of our listeners are interested, we would love you. And the great thing is, this year you will get an orange apron to take home.
Oh, marvellous.
Oh, no, some people have the full set, so we've changed the colour every year.
And, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, people were voting for the purple aprons last year. They were very popular.
So if people are interested, are you looking for any type of, skill set, or are you just looking for a good general all-rounder who's willing to kind of throw themselves in and be prepared to work hard for such a great event?
Yes, a cheerful personality who is gracious and kind to people who... some skills we really need, like we need good, strong blokes and blokesses that can help us set up venues and break down venues at the end, move chairs and tables and things. We're always short of and those wonderful, strong people. But, we're looking for venue managers. We're looking for people that are really happy to talk to our visitors and ask them to fill in survey forms, people that will look after writers and shepherd them a bit if they need help, get them from venue to venue. There's all sorts of jobs depending on your personality and what you are most comfortable doing.
Awesome. And so people who have heard this tonight and heard the call for volleys, they can go to the website?
Yes, they can go to the website. The best thing would be to subscribe to the newsletter, because the next couple of newsletters coming up are full of information about, getting early bird tickets and becoming a volunteer and maybe donating money to the book voucher scheme that is incredibly popular.
Yes.
Can I talk about?
Yes, please do.
Voucher?
Yes.
Yeah. So from the very beginning, from 2015, we've always given a free book voucher to children. First of all, it was just in Featherston, but last year we extended it to every primary school child in the South Wairarapa. Wow. So that was over 2,000 children, and not all of them use them, but nearly 50% of the kids do actually go to the festival booksellers over the weekend or to the bookshops in the South Wairarapa. So that's the 7 bookshops in Featherston and the Mrs. Blackwell's Village Bookshop in Greytown, and also the Martinborough Bookshop as well. They can take their vouchers in there, and they get $15 to spend, and all the booksellers will exchange books for the vouchers.
That's incredible. $15. That's awesome.
Yeah. It is. For some children, it's their first sort of money that they've ever had to spend. Yeah. But also, it's often their first book that they've chosen themselves. Yeah. That they haven't received from a crazy auntie that wants them to.
That's it. Here's J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's a really, really popular scheme, and it's funded by our friends at Featherston Booktown. So we ask the friends if they would donate money to the book voucher scheme, and to help us bring, writers and present the children of the Wairarapa. So,
that's wonderful.
The community last year was so generous, including businesses as well. So we'll be bringing around people and writing to people the next couple of weeks, asking them to join that scheme so that we can make sure we can, look after all the kids.
Absolutely. Now, I noticed this year when I checked out your website that Featherston Booktown's kind of added, it's got another part of its name, and that is Featherston Booktown Karukatia Festival. Can you tell me what's behind that new Te Reo word and what it means for the festival?
Yes, so it's really important that we recognise that we've got two wonderful cultures in New Zealand, and we reached out to Mana Whenua to ask if they would help us come up with a term that was significant for Featherston Booktown and was appropriate. And Karukatia means the clear and observant eye. Karu is the word for eye, and katia, as in EYE, and katia means clarity. Okay. So, and it comes from the narrative of our region, the Wairarapa Moana, being one eye of the fish, and Wellington Harbour being the other eye of Maui's fish. And so on a deeper level, the word captures the concept of people seeking knowledge and clarity. And one of the things that name was gifted to us from Mana Whenua, so it's awesome. Really, really special to us.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the really exciting developments about this year's program has been our involvement and Mana Whenua's involvement with Featherston Booktown. So we have tried really, really hard to deepen that relationship with Mana Whenua. We now have people on our programming committee, Mana Whenua on the programming committee, so we are co-creating events with them, and we've got 2 events this year in Te Reo.
Oh, fabulous.
So everybody that can't speak Maori will be given headphones as they come into those 2 events, and there will be simultaneous interpretations of what's been said in Te Reo coming into your English ear, speaking ear.
That's incredible. That sounds like a wonderful immersive event in all sorts of different ways, and giving people the opportunity to, if you don't have the language, if you don't have Te Reo, but to still experience that and to be part of that connectedness in that room. That sounds tremendous.
Yeah. And what I like about the concept is that the Maori writers who are on stage, who are really comfortable speaking their own language, can be extra comfortable at Featherston because they can speak in natural language, and the people in the room can also understand them, but have that experience of their expression and the flow of the language and everything else. I think it will be a wonderful learning tool for all of us, actually. I'm very excited about that.
Absolutely. I know that the program launch is on the 28th, so you probably can't say much. But are there any other kind of little snippets that you can give us, little tantalising vignettes, so that we can just start blocking time out in our calendars?
Yes, so I would highly recommend that everyone books that weekend out in their calendar, because it is a program made up of events that have a very broad appeal. So we've worked from our audience, our understanding of the audience backwards to program these events. trying to appeal to people like history, like fiction, like genre writing, like sci-fi and horror. It will be events about music and about beer making and about provocation. We're going to be talking about topics that are really, really current to today's world, where we are at in 2023. Why do we have activists? How are we going to manage relationships built on experiences back in history, between Maori and Pākehā?
Oh, awesome.
And then, for pet lovers, there'll be something, an extraordinary lineup of wahine Maori women for the Mother's Day afternoon tea, which will be a real, that's a predominantly female audience. So, that will be a lot of really interesting stuff to women from a Maori perspective. So, it's just so exciting.
Oh, it must be. It must be. Your head must be swimming with, with enormous concepts and also minute detail. I don't know how you're doing the juggle. It sounds so exciting. Just remind us of the website address, if you can, Mary.
Yes, very simple, very straightforward. It's booktown.nz.
Oh, lovely. You lucked out with that one. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, Featherston is New Zealand's only book town at the moment. So,
good.
We were lucky with the website address. So.
Do you know of any other towns that are thinking of becoming part of the whānau of Booktown?
To be honest, about 5 years ago now, we did have someone from down south reach out to ask for advice on how to become a book town, but we didn't answer the email. So.
Okay. Can be our little secret.
Yeah, come and see.
Yeah, that's right, absolutely. Mary, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, as always. You're always so generous with your time, and just the warmth with which you talk about this event, it really does shine through on the days that the event is going on. So, ka pai to you and your team, and everybody just get on to booktown.nz, sign up for the newsletter, volunteer, attend, do what you've got to do. Would that be your final message?
That's fantastic. Summing up, Lucy. Well done. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on the show tonight. It's lovely to talk to you.
Always lovely to talk to you. And I wish you luck, and I will see you sometime around during the Booktown festivities. I hope to catch you and say hello and well done.
Thank you very much, Lucy. Thank you.
Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go. That was Mary. Oh, Mary Biggs. What a woman. And is always so calm, so patient, so kind. And I think that, I genuinely meant it. It really does shine through. Featherston just comes to glorious life. It's always an incredible place, Featherston. I love it. It's got some really incredible people with so much out of heart and warmth, and they get to showcase their town. And their incredible bookshops, and their amazing coffee, and their amazing books, and this incredible event. So, booktown.nz. Check out the website. It's a beautiful website. It's very kind of informative. Not too much, information. You don't feel overwhelmed. Easy to navigate. So check that out. We're going to be talking to Wendell Cook shortly, and he is an orchardist, and he has recently gone into the pick your own model. But let's have a little break for your ears with some music. I really just want to play the theme tune to White Lotus again because it was so good. But I'm going to go with, Sade. Who remembers Sade? Gosh, this is the sweetest gift. What a woman. I was only thinking about the other day. I must have been remembering my youth. Anyway, here she goes, Sade with the sweetest gift.
Quietly one walking. I asked that she'd always keep you protected. She promised you her light, but you so gracefully carry. You bring your light and shine like morning. And then the wind pulls the clouds across the moon. Your light fills the darkest room, and I can see the miracle that keeps us from falling. She promised all the sweetest gifts that only the heavens could bestow. You bring your light and shine like morning. And as you so gracefully give her light, as long as you live, I'll always remember this moment.
What a lovely, lovely track. What a lovely track. So that was Sade with The Sweetest Gift, which was a bit of a lovely treat for the ears. I'd forgotten what a beautiful voice she had. We're a blast from the past. You're listening to ReCooper8 on 92.7 FM, Arrow FM, your community access radio station. And I have to say, I am just simply loving the new setup here. So there used to be a big desk. I think you remember me talking about it last month. But I was super excited to come on air tonight, even if I didn't have my bestie Katie with me, because I just knew that I could manage all the buttons and with relatively little stress to either myself or listeners. And so far, I seem to be proving myself absolutely bang on. All right, so let's have a chat now with Wendell Cook of Molewood Orchard, just off Mole Street in Greytown. They've recently gone to a pick your own model of apple picking for a variety of reasons. And let's check in with the man who knows all about it. Going to give him a ring now. Let's see how this goes. Put the speaker on. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, yeah, that's sounding positive, isn't it? Let's hope he's home. Otherwise, we're stuffed. Oh.
Hello, Lucy.
Hello, how are you?
Very good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. You sound like you're in a little bit of a toilet, but I'm sure we can get you in the. No, I think you're fine now. It was just an early start of the call. You sounded slightly Dalek-y, but I think that just happens.
I'm in the living room.
Oh, perfect. You sound like you're in a living room now. How are you, Wendell? It's been some years.
It has. I'm pretty good, thanks.
Good.
Busy and tired.
Busy and tired.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of working 7 days a week these days with our, 5 days on the orchard and then 2 days in the shop on the orchard.
Okay, so tell me all about this, because we met quite a few years ago when you were directing a film called, what was it called again?
Loner.
The Loner, that's right. And I was the wild-eyed woman. That's still my greatest claim to fame ever. I've never seen the film, but that was a long time ago. And now you are an orchardist. Tell me about that bit of the journey.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel I'm kind of cosplaying a little bit as an orchardist. I've been doing it since June or July last year.
Okay.
So it hasn't been a full year yet.
Right.
So still kind of settling in. But yeah, I guess the story is that Mum and Dad, along with the Greys, bought some land and planted trees back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
And then trees grew up. And for the last 20 plus years, the orchard had been managed by JRs. And then kind of COVID happened and various reasons. But yeah, they decided that they didn't want to keep managing or weren't able to kind of keep managing our orchard.
Yeah.
And I sort of saw that as a bit of an opportunity to have a change.
That's super. And what were you doing just before then? I mean, what was it a complete shift, like were you, I don't know, painting the Forth Bridge or something, and now suddenly you're an orchardist? Was it, yeah, how did that work?
Yeah. So I've never had a proper career. I think
Oh, how
when
lovely.
we knew each other, I was I was a film censor and kind of dabbling in filmmaking.
Yeah.
And then, 2017, 18, I went back to what I originally studied, which was Mandarin.
Ah, that's right, yes.
Worked in the China Cultural Centre in Wellington.
Wow.
For about 4 years, kind of doing events and translation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, I'd been doing that for about 4 years, and suddenly, Greytown was looking a whole lot more desirable, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Particularly when you can get stuck in with all those wonderful apple trees. So how many trees do you have? Have you counted?
I haven't counted, although I have a map. It's approximately 5,500.
Whoa, that's a lot. I wasn't expecting that number at all. That's huge. Gosh. Does it feel like a terrible responsibility? Do you wake up in the night sweating with
Yes.
with all these trees? Gosh.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's been kind of a mammoth undertaking, and by and large, it's just been me and Dad. Dad's just turned 81. And,
Okay.
some part-timers.
Wow.
So, I mean, the big thing was pruning, but we had such an awful spring,
Yeah.
or winter and spring. And, the rain has never stopped.
No. Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose we pruned probably about a quarter of what we needed to get pruned, and so it's
Okay.
kind of intimidating, how much kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Can I ask, are you pruning, is it all manual, or do you have any tech that you can use to help you with the pruning and other aspects of orcharding?
I mean, we've got the electric pruners, so they're really cool. I mean, they're much easier than pruning manually. You just sort of pull a trigger and it'll cut something that's, I suppose, a couple of inches across.
Okay.
So pretty decent.
Yeah.
But when you're facing trees that are immense and lots of branches,
Yeah.
it's just a big job.
And they're kind of, they are a good middle-aged tree now, aren't they? I mean, they've been around for a while, so they've been producing, they'd be getting gnarly in places, some of your trees.
I don't know. I mean, they don't really seem that gnarly. They seem in pretty good shape.
Good.
Yeah.
Not like me then.
Have you come to the orchard yet?
So just tell me, you've got 5,500 trees, all in one variety or several varieties? How does that work?
All right, so we've got 4 varieties of pear. We've got Taylor's Gold, Peckham's, Doyen du Camise, and what was the other one? Taylor's Gold. There are 4 anyway.
Okay.
And apples were, Granny Smith, Fuji, Braeburn, Galaxy, which is kind of Royal Gala.
Okay.
Red Delicious, so a whole bunch of different varieties.
Oh, lovely. What's your favourite? Do you have a firm favourite, or are you just off apples?
I like apples. I'm kind of, now that I'm doing it, I'm really looking forward to trying, I guess trying them all and kind of thinking about them. Yeah, I'm a little bit more involved now.
Yeah.
So I will have an appreciation for their differences.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they have different texture and skins. And my kids are super fussy about apples. I've since becoming a parent, highly attuned to the quality of New Zealand apples. I always get filled with fear when I have to go and buy some. I know I'm going to get the wrong ones. But we are going to come to your orchard and do pick your own. And so tell me about, prior to this year, had there been pick your own at Molewood Orchard, or is this an entirely new endeavour?
It's an entirely new endeavour. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And why?
I suppose, well, we're new to orcharding, and we're in a funny place. We're not big like JRs. We don't have a pack house and cool stores. And we're removed from, I guess, where all the kind of processing takes place in Hawke's Bay.
Yeah.
So we're in a kind of funny spot, and we're not the biggest orchard. We're not small, but we're not big. So kind of for all those reasons, we were casting about for what on earth are we going to do with this crop? It was probably going to be too expensive to try and pick it and organise RSE workers or, whoever we can get to pick and then transport it up to Hawke's Bay. That probably wasn't going to be viable. And so our next option really was pick your own. And it's been pretty cool.
Yeah. People love pick your own. It's a great way to spend a beautiful day. And today we did have a beautiful day. Warm breezes, lovely hot sunshine. So tell me somebody who wants to come and do pick your own at your orchard, what can they expect? What's the process?
Process, they walk in the front gate, they'll see a map of the orchard, giving kind of row numbers for which varieties, and we'll just sort of tell them, which varieties are ready. At the moment, that's Galaxy and Red Delicious.
Yum.
And, pretty soon it'll be Fuji and Braeburn and NZ Queen. But, yes, we tell them where to go in the orchard. They pick whatever they like, in whatever quantity. And then when they walk out, after having slogged it back through the orchard with, 10 or 20 kgs or whatever, we'll weigh it. And then, then you go. That's it.
And what is a kilo of produce at the moment? Are all your varieties the same price per kilo, or are they different for different varieties?
We're terrible at maths, so we just thought it would be easier to make flat price at the moment. At the moment, it's all just $2.
$2 a kilo. That's so reasonable. Wow.
I think it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I just love the way you're adapting to your constraints, which is bad at maths. Let's have a nice round number.
Yeah. Well, we've got pears there as well, and they were going to be $2.50, but it started to get too hard when people are starting to put them in the bags with the apples and stuff.
Oh man, no, you can't have that, and then you've got to carry over those 50 cents, and
Forget about it.
Good stuff. And so have you seen people kind of completely overestimate their ability to consume apples and just kind of toddle out with 50 kilos and you just think, well, good luck. Good luck.
We don't see them consuming the apples, fortunately. They just disappear with them. And, people probably do tend to buy more than they would otherwise because it is reasonable and it's fun. And, it's quite fun just picking off the tree.
Oh, it is. It is. And for some people, that's, just would be the first time they've ever done that. Maybe not where we live in Greytown, but if you've got overseas visitors, it could be very much, a very unique experience for them. And so how long will this go on for?
Approximately the end of May, maybe beginning of June.
Gosh.
That's kind of the harvest season, So 3 months,
That's exciting. And, I mean, are you seeing... you would expect if you had people picking there professionally and being paid that you would start to see, less on the tree. Are you having the same kind of visual effect from people doing it for, for themselves? If that's not a daft question.
I mean, it's having an impact, but probably not as big an impact as one would hope. I mean, we've had lots of people through and, buying lots. Well, it's only been 2 weekends, to be fair.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of apples on the trees.
Yeah, absolutely. So even though the weather has been abysmal and seems to be the theme for at least 18 months now of crappy weather, the crop is still good?
Yeah, by and large, yep.
Yeah.
So I was new to spraying and, I've only just been learning about black spot and powdery mildew. And so I started spraying in September last year, and then, it keeps raining, so your sprays have to be reapplied. And because our trees are kind of naturally pretty big and hairy and haven't been properly pruned, then the sprays don't get in. And so, in some of the tops of trees, there is black spot, and, the apples can look a bit ugly.
Mm-hmm.
But, black spot's just unless it's really bad,
it's
a tiny wee imperfection on the skin, right, that you can just cut off.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're peeling for a crumble, which, you know, everybody in Greytown is now eating crumble on a regular basis because they've been to your orchard. Yeah, we've got a couple of apple trees in our garden, and they routinely get black spot. And it doesn't seem to make any difference to the flesh underneath. In fact, it's a lovely surprise that something so ugly on the outside can still be so lovely on the inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but having said that, there are a lot of trees and apples with no black spot that look great.
Great.
So, don't mean to put off your listeners.
Oh, God, no. You've been in there with the spray and you're doing a great job, don't you worry.
Yeah. With proper withholding periods too before picking, I might add.
Awesome.
So.
I mean, I'm just trying to calculate while we've been talking just how much new stuff you've had to learn. And do you feel like you're still at base camp when it comes to the wonderful world of the apple, or are you slowly making your way up this Mount Everest of knowledge?
I would say it's marginally past base camp, eh?
And I guess you don't know what you don't know yet.
Yeah, correct. It hasn't been a complete year.
But you're enjoying the challenge, and you're enjoying kind of, getting your head around something completely new?
Yeah, very much so, eh?
Yeah.
Yep, driving tractors and operating the sprayer and the forklift, the mower. It's kind of fun going back and just, playing with big toys.
Yeah, and kind of that outside life and feeling at the end of the day that you've, I don't know, done something wonderfully practical and physical. I think there's always something to be said about that.
Definitely. Yep, that's all new to me, so I'm really enjoying it.
That's good. Are you getting fitter? Are you finding like muscles where you didn't have them before?
No. I'm just getting tireder.
Yeah,
I'm doing more
that's your
exercise
age.
before this job, actually.
We have had terrible weather, and obviously the orchards over in Hawke's Bay have had such a smashing, and I think it has brought to the national consciousness this area of our economic and rural life that is orcharding. Do you see any? I mean, I know you've only been there a year, and you've still got to learn so many things. But what are your fears about global warming and increased, kind of climate insecurity for your orchard? And are you seeing any of those impacts yet on your patch of wonderfulness there at Molewood?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, it is still early days for me. Having only started really paying attention to it from last year. But having spoken to some other orchardists and farmers, they've said that, the last it's been the wettest year that they're on record as far as they can see. Like the rain has just been incessant. I mean, I hope that's not a permanent change,
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, look around at the Wairarapa. Have you ever seen it so green at this time?
And that's exactly right, Wendell. It's funny. My daughter, I drive her to school in Masterton, and before the summer started, she said, "Oh, I can't wait until the hills over in the east start to get that lovely kind of apricot colour." And it just hasn't happened. We haven't seen anything like that. You're absolutely right. It is an extraordinary time. And some days you don't know what season you're in because you're certainly not in summer and you can't quite work out where you are.
Yeah. I mean, just one small sort of impact that's had on us, I mean, besides the need to kind of keep sprays up, is mowing. The grass in the orchard's just been growing crazily. So then we start spending time, and diesel mowing in the orchard when we could be doing other things.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll be becoming more acutely aware of the, the time cost impacts of all those things as you go around your farm trying to keep up with all the jobs. If people would like to come and pick their own and your own, where will they find Molewood Orchard? How do they get there?
It's on Mole Street, 17 Mole Street. So that's runs between Kuratawhiti and Wood Street in Greytown.
Wonderful. And is it just Sundays or Saturdays and Sundays?
Saturdays and Sundays, and I think we'll add an extra day in there for Easter.
So lovely. That would be, what a wonderful thing to do on Easter Day, or sometime in the Easter. Lovely. And so is that 9 a.m. till 4 p.m?
It is, yep.
Great.
Yep.
Well, it's been really lovely to talk to you, Wendell, and I'm so excited for your new journey. your Mr. Appleman. I think it's very cool, and I look forward to coming to pick some of my own and trying not to stagger out with 50 kgs. And I will make sure that we put the link to your website on our Facebook page, and just try and get as many people through those gates as possible.
We're trying. Hey, and if you do pick 50 kgs, I'm more than happy to take a tractor down the other end and you can put it on the back of something. Put it in the bin.
Well, brilliant. I'll give you a call, when I get to the end of the row. All right. Thank you, Wendell. So good to catch up with you again. And it's lovely to have you back in our region.
You too. Thanks a lot, Lucy.
Awesome. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm really hungry. Like, I didn't have my dinner, and now just talking about apples. All I want to do is eat a whole bunch of apples. But let's just play some music instead, eh? That's probably safest. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got some really, really good tracks here. I feel like I'm going to go for Float On by Modest Mouse, because I don't know what it is. That's, like, I've been doing this show for a long time. It's, tentatively a culture and art show. I can't keep any information in my head. So, Katie's encyclopedic brain of music is so welcome on this show, because if it was left up to me, you'd just have my, tracks that I hoop to on a regular basis over and over again. And we wouldn't hear anything new. So anyway, here is Float On by Modest Mouse. Oh, and I should say that was Wendell Cook from Molewood Orchard, but this is going to be Float On, Modest Mouse.
Sometimes life's a cake. I ran my mouth off a bit too much. What did I say? Well, you just laughed it off. It was all okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. Float on, okay, and we'll all float on anyway. Well, I bet you make you took every last dime with that scam. It was worth it just to learn some sleight of hand. That news comes, don't you worry, even when it lands. Good news will work its way to all them plans. We both got fired on exactly the same day. Well, we'll float on, good news is on the way. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, alright, already. you worry, we're all flown on. We're all flown on.
Oh, that was good. Wasn't that good? That was excellent. That was Float On by Modest Mouse. I mean, Katie knows me so well. That's right up my street. I really enjoyed that. I was boogieing on down here at Arrow FM 92.7 FM, your community access radio station. And can I tell you, if you're out there listening and thinking, I would love to go on radio, can I tell you, it's probably the best fun you'll ever have with your clothes on. Well, I mean, I am actually wearing clothes, which is good. But yeah, I really think it is. It's fabulous. It's so much fun. And Access Radio is across Aotearoa. I think there are 11 stations. We are one of the oldest. It's been around for over 40 years as a concept. And the stations have been kind of springing up over that 40 years across Aotearoa. And the idea is really to make sure that people have access to the airwaves so you can get your voices heard. And stations like Arrow FM are always looking for new content, new broadcasters, new program makers. So don't be shy. It's so simple to operate. Honestly, if you can open your fridge door, you can run your own radio show. I promise. I promise. Well, if you've got a really technical fridge, if you can turn on a hairdryer, there you are. That's probably better. Yeah, basically, what I'm trying to say is it's really easy. Anyway, I'm really excited because our next guest is Lady Smack. Now, Sarah Linton, who is also emerging, I would say, well, you know, probably very established martial arts royalty. Sarah is doing incredibly well within Muay Thai kickboxing, but she told me that Vic, Lady Smack, might need a couple of phone calls before she answers the phone. So, and I do have Sarah's number if Lady Smack ain't picking up. All right. So shall we give it a go? Lady Smack, incredible martial arts expert, and runs the Smack Gym in Featherstone, where I go for ladies kickboxing, 9 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. It is every Saturday. I might not be there every Saturday just because sometimes my bed is so warm and cosy. Anyway, let's try and phone Lady Smack, shall we? Now, I've got her number here. I won't read it out like I do with my PIN number when I'm standing in a queue at the supermarket, because that's dangerous. All right, let's give this a go. Hopefully she'll answer. Oh, I'm excited. She's travelling from Auckland, so I don't know how lucky we're going to get. Oh, she doesn't answer a text, I can tell you that. So whether she'll answer the phone is just... I've got stuff we can do until she answers the phone. I wonder if Sarah's listening. Thinking,
Hi, you've reached Victoria Parr. Sorry I've missed your
well, let's
call,
leave a message.
If you need your name, number, or send me a text, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm.
At the tone, record your
I'm
message.
doing this whole... Yeah. Hi, Victoria Parr. It's Lucy Cooper on ReCooper8. I'm one of your students. I come to kickboxing most weekends. Love to talk to you. I'll try again in a minute. Bye. Oh, look, I'd be pretending if I didn't say I was disappointed. But I'm sure we'll give her another go. Shall we give her another go now? Yeah, hang on. Look, I'm not going to give up. You don't see Hilary Barry giving up, do you? No, she never gives up. I don't expect Kim Hill does her own ringing. But she wouldn't give up either. She wouldn't let minions give up. Let's go. Oh, come on. Anyway, beautiful day today, wasn't it? I went for a very nice dog walk, and my daughter went on her scooter. Oh, hang on.
Hi, you've reached Victoria Parr.
I don't know what to say. Bye, Dad. Anyway, we'll have a bit more music and we'll give her another call in a second. We've got the Good Ship Kangaroo coming up next from Planksty. Just going to turn up the volume. You're going to rock out to this. It's 4.5 minutes long and just long enough for Vic to get back to her phone. Here we go. Any minute now. No, it helps if I actually press go, doesn't it? That's better.
once I was a waiting man that lived at home at A's. Now I am a mariner that ploughs the angry seas. Oh, I always loved seafaring life, I bid me love adieu. I shipped a steward and cooked me boys on board the Kangaroo. Oh, I never thought she would prove false or either proven true, as we sailed away through Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Think of me, oh think of me, she mournfully did say, when you were in a foreign land and I am far away. And take this lucky threepenny bit, it'll make you bear in mind that loving, trust and faithful heart you left in tears behind. Cheer up, me own true love, don't weep so bitterly. She sobbed, she sighed, she choked, she cried, and could not say goodbye. Oh, I won't be gone for very long, 'tis but a month or two. When I will return again, of course I'll visit you. Oh, I never thought she would prove false or either prove untrue, as we sailed away through Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Our ship was homeward bound from many's the farden shore, and many's the farden present unto me love I bore. I brought artifices from Tenerife and ties from Timbuktu, a China rat and a Bengal cat and a Bombay cockatoo. Head off I sought her dwelling on the street above the town, where an ancient dame upon the line was hanging out her gown. Where is me love? She has vanished, sir, about 6 months ago, with the smart young man that drives the van for Chiapple and Son and Co. Oh, I never thought she would prove false or either prove untrue, as we sailed away through Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo. Help the dreams of married life, the soft suds and blue, hearts through love and faith and starch and washing soda too. Oh, we go on to some foreign shore, no longer can I stay. On some China hot and tot, I'll throw myself away. Oh, me love, she is no foolish girl, her age it is to score. Me love, she is no spinster, she's been married twice before. I cannot say it was her wealth that stole me heart away. She's a washer in a laundry for 1 and 9 a day. Oh, I never thought she would prove false or either prove untrue, as we sailed away through Milford Bay on board the Kangaroo.
What a funny bit of music to play before we speak to a martial arts expert. That's it's times like this I clearly miss Katie and her ability to curate the correct piece of music for the guest. Anyway, I've just been having some wonderful off-air time catching up with Lady Smack and a very nervous Sarah Linton, who is hoping she didn't have to cover for Lady Smack, but she doesn't, because I spoke to Lady Smack and I said, I'll call you back in 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes ago. I'm onto it. I'm so onto it. All right, let's bear with. It's my only Miranda moment this evening. Okay, here we go. Lady Smack. So excited. Any minute now. Oh, come on. We will not be deterred, will we, team?
Hi, Lucy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I am still on the road, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll pull over.
Not a problem. You're coming through relatively loud and clear. Whereabouts are you on the road?
Just outside of Masterton, coming from Auckland.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so good of you to... This is probably the last thing you want to do is talk to me before you get home tonight.
That's totally okay, darling.
I do appreciate it. And I'm really looking forward to calling you Lady Smack because I'm too frightened to do it in class. So Lady Smack, welcome. So, I've long been, well, not long been a member of your ladies' class on a 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. But I tell you what, I absolutely love it when I come to your classes, and I'm always super impressed by just how awesome you are. Tell me, how did you get into this crazy world of martial arts in the first place?
Well, it's in my DNA. My dad took me to my first dojo when I was 6, and my brother and sister fight, and my uncle's a boxing champion, so it was inevitable.
Yeah, kind of was.
It's a lifestyle. So, yeah, we love it. We love it. We love training people, and we love seeing the results coming out of the people that we train as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I know that, for you, community and this kind of feeling of whānau and family is, that comes through really clear just at the short time I spend at the gym. But
You got it.
what was the first, with all that kind of in your DNA, so many different varieties of kind of martial arts and fighting styles, what did you go for first, or did you just try them all at once?
No, Dad put me in a Kung Fu gym for the first 16 years of my life, and then I switched over to kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Purely for ring sports. And purely because, it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the you've taken it to an incredible level, and you're a professional, and you've done also some umpiring, or what they don't call it umpiring, do they? That's in cricket.
Refereeing. Yeah.
Refereeing. That's it. Thank you. You can tell I'm English, can't you? But has it given you an incredible kind of tour around the world almost, this career that you've had?
It has. For years before my children, I was going to Thailand, if not once a year, twice a year.
Wow.
For my own fights, as well as for, I used to be the president of New Zealand Muay Thai, New Zealand Muay Thai, so I used to take over the New Zealand team, and that's where Sarah comes in, and all the fighters from Featherston who have made the New Zealand team.
It's incredible. Yeah, because you are having some pretty significant success with, the women coming through your gym and the men, but I see mainly the women because I come to that 9 a.m. boxing class on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But that must be incredibly gratifying. I'm sure you've had lots of people under your wonderful warm wings throughout your career. But what kind of feeling does it give you when you see the women, going from, having no skill to then fighting, and kind of winning? What does that feel like for you?
Yeah. Well, it's... you could say all the cliche words about how fulfilling it is for your soul, but for me, in particular my gyms, because we have one in Auckland, they are like my children.
Yeah.
And so it would be like as if being a mum yourself, seeing your child succeed in whatever sport she takes up, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It purely has a maternal type of gratification to seeing these girls go hard and do well in their sports, in their fight career, but also for men as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got a major event coming up, which I know people are very keen to get the word out on, because it's going to be a very exciting event, and I'm going to buy my tickets when I get home tonight. Now, I understand it's called Mana FC6 Etu Wairarapa. It's on the 1st of April. Can you tell me a little bit about that event and what it's for and what it's going to be? What can people expect?
Mana FC is the Smack Featherston show, their show brand. So this is the 6th one.
Okay.
For this one, usually we fundraise for our community, for our kids, for whatever's happening in our gym, but this time we are going to donate all the proceeds to the Cyclone Gabriel Relief Fund.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah, so we are going to go through some of the smaller kaupapa that aren't getting much help, and more so those families in Wairua as well, and Napier. And there's a lot of farmers too that need a little bit of helping hand. So well, hopefully it goes really well, so we can distribute some funds to different organisations in kaupapa that are struggling.
Oh, that's tremendous. And on the night, it's quite a big night, and there's kind of two parts to it. Could you, and I'm a complete novice when it comes to going to anything involving people in a ring fighting. So imagine...
We were one.
We were, weren't we? Tell me what could I expect? What is on the billing that night?
So because of the show itself, we've had a lot of support from trainers and gyms from within the sort of lower North Island and even Auckland from our SPAC gym up there. So we've had no choice but to put on two shows. It's to split it so that we have a total alcohol-free and cheaper prelims for the kids. So there will be kids fighting, and there will be novice fighters.
Okay.
At 6 o'clock, that is the black tie event, as well as there are general admission. But that would be the main card, which will have our main fighters on.
Okay. And how many fighters will we have, and how many fights will people see?
There will be approximately 12 fights per show.
Whoa.
You will see our local favourites like Sarah Lynton, who is our local Greytown girl, and also who is a New Zealand representative in her own Fairport water scheme. Yeah. And for this show, there will be little raffles and things happening for my little team going over to Thailand in about 5 weeks. Okay. And that includes Sarah, and they will be fighting in the World Championships, where there will be 80 countries there.
Oh my gosh, that's huge! Yeah. Wow,
it's a big thing.
It is a big thing. Now, I'm most familiar with kind of boxing. And kickboxing, does it have a similar kind of rollout with, different rounds of set times? And how do you know who's going to win? How does somebody win a kickboxing fight?
Yep, they're the same format, so rounders, so there are rounds, and they are 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds, depending on whether they're amateur or professional. Sorry, that was somebody just yelling out of their car. Anyway, you will, other than the obvious of somebody being stopped, i.e. being knocked out, the person who inflicts the most damage and scores or lands the cleaner shots will be the winner.
Okay. Gosh, who is going to be refereeing? Have you got a whole bunch of referees, or will it be one referee for all the fights?
We will have there will be other referees there. Okay. There'll be at least 3, and they're all sort of from the lower North Island, and they are trainers that are coming to do it for free. well.
Oh, that's awesome. So donating their time, that's tremendous. Gosh, well, I am really excited. It's going to be a real experience, and you know, something that a lot of people in the region might not have seen before. And it sounds like you've kind of got that family-friendly element as well, which is great for the region and great for the fundraiser as well. And you're having a raffle on the night, did you say?
Yeah, we'll be raffling some gloves and signed by UFC fighters, and we'll also have the typical raffles for meat packs and all sorts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the people have been donating vouchers and all sorts, so we'll be raffling those off on the night.
Wonderful. Is kickboxing, is it growing in popularity, or is membership of clubs staying quite steady? What's the health of the sport like in Aotearoa right now?
Well, post-COVID kind of killed all gyms and fitness organisations, but we're on the rise at the moment.
Okay. And I think particularly, like for me, just seeing women like Sarah Linton coming up through the ranks and just being so kick-ass, and, it's so exciting, isn't it? She's so awesome. I'm so excited.
She's awesome. She works very hard.
She does,
She leaves no stone unturned when she fights. So she's a great fighter, and she will go far.
And do you think the discipline that she had before, because she was, water skiing at a very professional level as well and very competitive, do you think that's helped with her ability to just kind of really knuckle down and kind of get awesome at kickboxing?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Her work ethic and her competitive nature, and the fact that she does things at a very high level, it contributes, and it has a flow-on effect onto anything. She's a great teacher and a great fighter.
Yes.
And a great water skier.
Yeah, I know. God, queen of all the things, eh?
I'm going to send her the invoice after.
Yeah, do. I know you want to get home, but I've just got one more question, because it was something that just popped up when I was, doing some background research on you and your incredible career. But I know that you're really working hard to get Muay Thai recognised as an Olympic sport. How is that campaign going? Where are you at? What needs to happen next? Yeah, just give me a potted history.
Well, we just actually had a special meeting. Our current president has presented something to the NZOC. So in order for us to get recognised from the International Olympic Committee, we have to be recognised by our own Olympic Committee here in New Zealand. And I think we will get an answer from that, and it's looking quite positive at the end of the month.
Wow. It's quite a process then, isn't it? Just influencing and getting your point across and advocating.
Yeah, lots of data.
Lots of data. You're queen of all the data as well as all the smacks. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what these organisations love.
Yeah, they love the numbers. Got to prove your worth. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for pulling over. I can't imagine how tired you are with all the driving and all the organising that you've got to do. Just before you go, if somebody wanted to buy tickets for the event on the 1st of April, where's the best place they can go?
For the general admission tickets, they are on event booking. So you just need to, head to Wairarapa is the name of the show.
Okay.
And and they'll find it there. If anyone wants black tie VIP seats, they can contact me on my number.
Okie doke.
Or on the Smack Featherston email.
Awesome. I'll give out the Smack Featherston email. I'll put that on our Facebook page, and I'll also put the event booking a link as well, so people can find it. And turn up in their droves, and let's get some money flowing to the Hawke's Bay.
Thank you, darling.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to talk to you. Lady Smack, I'm going to call you that in class now. And and I want to thank you for giving me, the gift of the little bit of kickboxing that I do. I've really enjoyed it. And
You're wonderful.
Oh,
You're doing great.
man, I tell you, in class on Saturday, we were punching the bag and everything, and she said, "You can hit it harder, Lucy." And I was going, I don't know if I can. And then I did, and I was making these grunty noises, and she goes, "Yep, I knew you could do it."
Okay. Awesome.
So thank you. You've turned me into a real biatch. Awesome. You have a safe drive home. I'll see you on Saturday for class.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Take care, Vic.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, isn't that lovely of her to spend that time with us this evening? A very busy woman, incredibly dedicated woman. Just she oozes this kind of mana and power that I have rarely come across in a person, and she really is awesome, and so is Sarah. And I can't wait to see Sarah in action on the 1st of April at the South Wairarapa show. I mean, there's a whole lingo around kickboxing that I just, simply haven't mastered yet. But I hope, forgive me if I'm mangling it all. But let's really throw our weight behind this incredible event and get some cash over to the Hawke's Bay and the East Cape and anybody else who's been affected by the terrible weather events that we've had. Let's have a bit more music. I'm probably going to press the track now that I should have played before Vic came on. And, don't let it go to your head. Oh, well, we don't want any punches going to Sarah's head, do we, on the 1st of April? So let's play this. All right, I just need to turn this up. What a great show. I've managed to get through without breaking any limb, which is nice. But I have really missed Katie. And thank you if you're still listening and you mainly tune in because Katie's on the mic. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Right, here's Don't Let It Go to Your Head by Cleo Soul.
Change who you are. You are meant to be here. When I look in your eyes, your ego starts to appear. Are you afraid to ascend? Nothing stopping you. Never know. Are you ready for the highs and lows? You never know if you're ready for the highs and lows. Think about it. Don't let it go to your head. Life ain't all that it seems. You are never alone, even when nobody can see. You gotta wait your turn to set yourself free. I know that you got burned, but nothing's stopping you. Never know. Are you ready for the highs and lows? You never know if you're ready for the highs and lows. Think about it. go to your head. Don't let them affect you inside. Take control of your mind. Take control of your life. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let them affect you inside. Take control of your heart. Take control of your life. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let them affect you inside. Take control of your mind. Take control of your life. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let them affect you inside. Take control of your heart. Take control of your life.
Was a rather nice track, wasn't it? That was Don't Let It Go to Your Head by Cleo Soul. You're listening to ReCooper8 on 92.7 FM, Arrow FM. I nearly forgot then. Your community access radio station. There is so much great content on here. We have a streaming live button. So if you go on over to the website, arrowfm.co.nz, and then you'll see a live stream, I think it says, and you just press on that. It's just like wall-to-wall content every day. It's pretty amazing from people from our region, from across Aotearoa. We do share programs across the Access family whānau, and yeah, just such great stuff. So do check it out. If this is new to your ears, then do check out all the amazing content Access that Access Radio has to offer, and you can start by going to arrowfm.co.nz. Now, major news. You heard it here first. It's Mother's Day in the UK. Yes. And as you can tell by my very British accent, I am from England. And I just want to say a very, 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 very happy Mother's Day to my incredible mum, Avi Cooper, part of the Weymouth Dorset Massive. Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Hope you have a lovely day. And also to my sister, Sal, aka Boobs. Don't ask. Happy Mother's Day to you both. You're both incredible mothers. Mum, we know you're an incredible mother because me and Sal are also incredible. I've got to that end of the day where I'm just blowing my own trumpet so hard. And Sal, you are also an incredible mum. So kapai to you. You're great and I love you with all my heart. And right, well, it's nearly time to go home. But Katie Abbott gave me a modest playlist today, so I'm not going to leave the studio until we've played all the tunes, because I don't have any other guests. I thought 3 was enough. It was, wasn't it? Everybody got a decent hearing. I had a lovely time. I haven't forgotten anyone's name. I feel like I'm on fire, quite frankly. So let's have a listen to the final track that was on the March 2023 Katie Abbott curated playlist. And it's From Paris with Love by Melody Gardot. It's probably Gardot, isn't it? I'll find out. I've just been saying it wrong. Should we give it a go? Let's. Hang on one second. Let's. I can do this. One more track. I've just got to turn up the system because I keep turning it down to do a smooth fade. I can't quite. That's the one thing that we don't have now, is the ability to do a lovely radio fade in and out. The system does do it, but it's a little bit brutal. I do love a radio fade. I also love just chuntering on top of music. Apparently I can do that. I haven't tried it yet. Anyway, so From Paris with Love. Lucy, do shut up.
Lovers tucked into a quiet cafe, sat beneath a shade of red. They fall in love like falling out of bed. Half a silhouette of passerbys, have a glass within my hand. Drink to life as if there is no end. Maybe one day I will see you. Maybe one day I will see you soon. With love, my love, a kiss beneath the moon. River waking to the morning light, laser boats around the bend, shimmers once or twice to move this pen. Beauty fades before the mirrors rim, beauty knocks upon your door. Life is leading us to something more. Maybe one day I will see you. Maybe one day I will see you soon. With love, my love, a kiss beneath the moon. Maybe one day I will see you soon. With love, my love, a kiss beneath the moon. With love, my love, a kiss beneath the moon. Lovers tucked into a quiet cafe, sat beneath a shade of red. They fall in love like falling out of bed.
Hey, that were nice. Wasn't that nice? So that was From Paris with Love, Melody Gardot, as I'm calling her. Gardot. What a lovely way to end the show. I almost nodded off. Yes, gosh, what a lovely evening this has been. I've really enjoyed speaking to Mary Biggs about Featherston Booktown Karukatia Festival, which will be happening between the 10th and the 15th of May, I think, with that first couple of days being the kids' part of the festival. Then we chatted with Wendell Cook, who has thrown himself into the happily deep end by taking on the care and upkeep of the Molewood Orchard, which sounds like a real thrill and a bit of a Everest to climb in terms of knowledge, but man, is he just chipping away at that project, which is wonderful to hear. And you can do Pick Your Own every Saturday and Sunday between now and possibly the end of May, maybe even the beginning of June, depending on how the season goes. So do check out their gorgeous page on, they've got a lovely website, and they've also got a lovely page on Facebook. So and you can just turn up and start picking apples between 9 and 4, Saturdays and Sundays between now and the end of May, early June. And then we spoke to Tori Parr, Lady Smack, who is martial arts royalty, an incredible woman, runs the Featherstone Smack gym down in Featherstone, and is one of the people behind the Mana FC6 Etu Wairarapa event. Major fights are going on at Kuranui School, and that's on the 1st of April, and you can get your tickets from event booking. And also just check out Featherstone Smack Gym on Facebook as well. And if you're keen to get involved in kind of fighting sports, then I can highly recommend you reach out to Featherstone Smack Gym. They're incredible. And I've been going to kickboxing, the ladies only class, on Saturday mornings between 9 and say 9:45. It's lovely. You work really hard, and you're sipping coffee by 10 to 10. It's brilliant. And and I haven't had to punch anyone, which is great. You just mainly work, with each other in pairs or on the bags. You do lots of really great fitness work, so I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a really good, if you don't get anything else done in the week, you go to that class and you think, oh man, look at me and my abs, imaginary abs. I think I've got to work a bit harder to get some abs. So they were my 3 fabulous guests. We had a great playlist from Katie Abbott. It's time for me to go. Thank you so much. Hopefully next month it will be me and Katie back behind the microphone wheel, and I won't be on my lonesome anymore. But you've been great. This programme does go out as a podcast, and it also gets aired again on RFM next Sunday evening, I think. So check that out. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Good night. See you soon. Look after yourselves, and just be great. Bye.